What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday and we're live. Today I'm going to create a background for a lip piece that I'm going to be doing. Essentially, it's going to be the opposite of this one, where I have the pattern as the lip and I'm going to paint everything on the outside a solid color, and so the lip is going to have this look to it. On this one, it's going to be the background. Also, in-house with me today is Vamp. She'll be answering your questions while we are creating this marble background. I'm going to be using Passion Top Cell White from Color Passion, just resin titanium, of which I only have like a couple left. And then I mixed this, I don't even know how long ago. I'm pretty sure it's just resin graphite with some black dye dropped in to make it darker. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of sparkle with the Primary Elements Resin Art Bling It Violet Sparkle. Hope you can read it, because I barely could, because I'm a messy artist, and that's fine. I almost have all of my resin mixed. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Leave a thumb, leave a comment, tell us where you're from, what you're working on. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because we're happy to answer. So this is a 24-inch cradle board that we have on our website, artisttilldeath.com, where you can get all the products I'm using today. Essentially, it's like a canvas, but without the canvas, so that it doesn't dip in the middle. I painted it white, and I dusted it with some gray spray paint. Apparently I sanded the edges a little bit too well. Let me just cover those up.
Claire in the house.
I always use flat paints to base paint, because gloss kind of sometimes doesn't like stuff sticking to it. I have made the moon.
You did make the moon.
Looks like this.
Aww.
Available for purchase. JK.
How much? I'd like to buy it.
So much.
$698.
Plus tax.
Done. And shipping.
Plus shipping. Okay. So let's mix up some mostly translucent white, then a mid-tone white, and opaque white, and then also something. Also the blackish color, and also our Illumilite color. Nope, not Illumilite. What is that? Bling It Resin Art color. I went ahead and mixed all of my resin off camera for you guys, so you don't have to sit and watch me do the most boring part.
Satin Sky says that your art makes her happy.
Well, thank you, Satin Sky.
Trisha Whistler says, remember, hit the thumbs up button, everybody.
You guys always make my day even more amazing. So thank you so much for coming in and seeing what we're up to.
Can you tell people to go into settings if their screens are blurry and adjust the quality? Mine's done it 3 times already.
So if your screen is a little bit blurry, sometimes you have to go into your settings and adjust it.
The quality.
The quality, but just in case, let me make sure that I have my settings as good as possible. Derp.
Teresa's in the house. What's up, TG?
Okay. Translucent white's going to be our main white. And for that, I'm going to use not this, because it's got peach in it. So JK on the top cell white. I'm just going to be using just resin. I like to use different intensities of white because that's going to create the depth. So I have such a minimal amount of white paste on my stir stick. I'm going to mix it in and make sure that it is translucent. I'm looking for essentially like a skim milk. And that is not it. Even that little bit, like,
whoa, that's so opaque.
made it super opaque.
That's titanium? Yeah.
This is titanium.
Yes.
So I'm going to use this as my mid-tone white. And for
Jay Meat says, can't wait to see what the surprise is you're making.
that is probably people picking up the artwork. I don't know.
2 hours.
Sorry, y'all. I just had someone at my door. Luckily, Vamp's going to check on it. So I want this to be super translucent so that you can see a little bit of this underpainting. So we got our light, mid, I need an opaque white. This is arguably too much paste for this opaque white, but that's fine because I want it to sink and be super heavy. So we get those defined lines that you really see in marble. So now I'm going to attempt to use some of this, which I haven't used. In like 2 months. So I'm not sure what this is going to be. Surprise to you and me. But I'm pretty sure it is graphite from just resin. Zoe, that's enough. Yeah, that is graphite with just a little bit of black dye dropped in to make it a little bit darker. Okay, doop, doop, doop. Then we're gonna use some Bling It. Has a purple shimmer to it. So you're really going to get that purple interference, but with a sparkle that's more like sorry, Milky Way. Lost my train of thought. Ooh. Ah. Okay. So let's get started. So like I said before, this is one of our 24-inch cradle boards. I have painted it white and then dusted it with some of this something flat gray from Rust-Oleum to give it a little bit more depth, because when you have an underpainting, it really gives your piece dimension. So I'm gonna add my translucent white in just a very random pattern. So random. And in this moment, I'm thinking I may have to mix some more resin because that didn't go very far. Also, Bowie is now in the room. He wanted me to let y'all know that. And since I'm still waiting on my shipment from STONECOAT, I am using Mixed Media Girls resin. It's pretty great. And I have some available on my website. She came into our live the other day and told you guys all about the properties of this epoxy. In case you've forgotten. Okay, so while I'm mixing this, can I answer any questions for anybody? I actually have a couple of customers just walked in to check out my shop. So Vamp is assisting over there. I wish I had a teeny baby power drill so I could mix this up with a paddle. Make that go by quicker. Probably with a smaller stick would help as well. Also, hopefully you guys can't hear that music outside so I don't get DCMA'd. I think that's what it's called when YouTube unmonetizes you for having copyrighted music. Oh, I was gonna shut the window. So yeah. Crickets. Also tonight on RK3's live, Mitch Quist and Kenny are going to be taking over the channel essentially for Rhonda. So make sure you're there. This is Mixed Media Girls resin. Marcy of Mixed Media Girl has her own resin now, and this is that. I am currently out of my STONECOAT, but it should be here on Thursday. But in the meantime, I have some of Marcy's resin, and it gives really great cells. It has a shorter working time, really good UV, and it is a lot thicker. So if you're a fan of thicker viscosity resins, this might be the epoxy for you. I was trying to avoid you guys having to watch me stir resin, but did not happen. But just like with all resins, you really want to scrape the sides and the bottom of your cup and your stir stick periodically while you're doing your 3-minute mix of your part A and part B. This is a 1-to-1. That just helps to completely incorporate your two parts of resin together, so you won't have any weak spots. Claire, has it been 3 minutes? I feel like it has. 3 minutes mixing resin might as well be microwave minutes or treadmill minutes. It feels the same. Okay. So let's make this translucent with some white. Get back to the art. Okay, just a little dab will do ya. Boop, a little tiny dab. Pro tip, once you put your stir stick in resin, don't put it back into your pigments, because especially if they're paste, you will make them rock solid. Love how quickly, easily, and smoothly that mixes in. You see even that one little drop is a different color than the other white that we already mixed up. Okay. Now I'm going to meld in my purple interference. This is gonna give our piece a little something extra. If you guys know anything about the countertops that we do or the artwork that we do, it's realistic with a hint of unique. Because we really want it to be true to whatever it is that the client wants, but also have a little something extra. Actually, I think I'm gonna slight dirty pour this. So, can you guys see this cup? Yeah. So I'm gonna put one of my translucent whites, a little bitty bit of the gray or the dark gray that we mixed up, some of my opaque white, and a whole lot more of this other translucent white that we did. Just sandwich that in there. I'm not stirring this, I'm just pushing some of the gray down and also bringing some of it back up. So you can barely see that hint of gray that's coming through the top of it. Okay, let's actually hold off on that and cover all of our raw areas on the board. I'm not mixing my translucent white and the purple. I'm just barely skimming over them to meld them together and cover all of the dry areas of the canvas, or create a board as it were. Again, this is going to be the background to a piece. Could also be a really rad countertop. In a moment, I will show you guys what this looks like. Any fight. Thanks, man. Just pop some of these bubbles. Pull out all of the complementary Bowie hair. That will definitely end up in this piece. Because he's sitting in front of his fan like a big boy. So yeah, this could definitely be a finish all on his own, as my dear friend Rhonda would say. Just hints of purple when it's under the right light. Okay. Now that we have this going on, let's put our mix in. I think I'm going to add very thin dark lines. I'm also going to be tilting this so that all of this look will sink and stretch and look completely different than it does right now, but also a lot the same. That probably didn't make any sense, but just trust me. Security guard is here. And he knows that he's on the clock. Right. I'm loving it. Super loving it. I'm gonna take you guys down and give you a close up. Well, thank you, Dolores. Let's turn the flash on so you can see all those hints of purple sparkle. See, in this area, you can really see the gray undertones from the base painting. Now, this isn't how it's gonna end up because I'm gonna tilt it, but you could leave it just like this. All right, gotta get me close. Because I didn't like going through so many these nitrile gloves. Those things attracted every hair in my house. I wish those things I threw in the dryer to get all the dog and pet hair and my hair collected would attract hair as well as those gloves did. These hairs out. I mean, ultimately you're not going to see them because I'm going to sand it down and probably do UTC over this one to make it matte. Now, since Marcy's resin is thicker, it's going to take a little bit more to get everything to tilt and move and shift. So I'm adding some more heat to it. You can really see those layers roll under each other at this point and give a super awesome rippled look. I don't have any resin on this glove yet, so I'm just gonna take you guys down one more time to show you what I'm talking about. See how that is white on top, but it has that movement under? See how it's got like a darker line and then this faded under it? That's from tilting transparents over those opaque colors, because the opaque color is going to sink but have some particles that float. So that's why it has this long stretch shadow look, which is very true to actual marble. Now I have it shifted that way. I'm going to tilt it back this way some. Probably in some different areas I'm going to add more heat than others. So those areas will tilt and move a little bit more. Loving it. Loving it. All right. I was gonna add some more opaque lines, but I don't think I'm going to, because I really don't want this background marble look to distract from the main focal point of the piece after I get the lips done. So after this cures overnight, tomorrow I'm going to sand it down just a bit, and then I'm going to add a matte UTC. I'll put the lip on it, and then we'll do a clear flood coat over it. If you give me 2 seconds, let me run this to the dust-free zone. I'll show you the other one that I am working on that I did similar to this with a green interference. Actually, I think it was chameleon. That's on the other one that I did. All right, be right back. I would put this on a countertop in a heartbeat. All right. So this is the other one that is in progress. It has Dalmatian Obsession by Too Faced, also available on our website, Chameleon. So it's blue in one light and green in the other. And actually fully disappears in some lights. So you can see the blue and then the green. So on this one, the lip is going to be the marble pattern that we did. I already have the matte UTC on it. You can see there's relatively no shine to it whatsoever. And so I'm going to paint the background of it a solid. Bowie! He's just chatterbox today. But on the one we just did, the background is going to be the marble, and then the lip color is going to be a solid different color. Anyways. What do you guys think of that idea? Yeah, that board was 24-inch. All right. A chameleon with copper in it. Probably Mother Knows Best. If you look at the bar top I did with the chameleons for Artco, it's on the web. It's on our YouTube. I use those colors. That's the closest I'm gonna have for a copper. So Mother Knows Best and Red Queen, I believe. Anyways, I've got people in the shop wanting to pick up some colors from me, so I've got to go, but I hope you guys have an amazing Tuesday. If you give this look a try, it's super easy. Angela, this was the one I just did was with titanium. You guys have an amazing day. Oh, there you can see the blue. Boop. Yeah, this is Dalmatian Obsession, the blue to green chameleon. Anyways, y'all have an amazing day. I gotta go, but I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central, unless we go live early. Depends on what we got going on tomorrow. Probably gonna be live tomorrow. But yeah, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Be kind to one another, because you never know what someone's going through. And always remember, we do the test so you don't have to. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. I said bye.